Good morning. I'm going to sing to you, okay? It's going to be my voice for today. Ready? I'm as corny as candy in August. I'm as normal as blueberry pie. No more a smart little girl with no heart. I have found me a wonderful guy. I am in a conventional dither with a conventional star in my eye. And note there's a lump in my throat when I speak of that wonderful guy. I'm as tried and gay as a daisy and I've already messed up the verse here. Okay. I'm bromidic and bright as in pouring light on the dew. I'm as corny as Kansas in August. I'm as high as a flag on the 4th of July. If you'll excuse an expression I use, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with a wonderful guy. Ooh, well, I messed up the lyrics there. I tried to I tried to keep up with that, but it didn't always. Let me close the window there. It's from Fallout 4, and it's actually from South Pacific. All right. Ooh, excuse me. All right, hello everybody. Today is day 1.275. It is February 11th, and this is probably like a week of this round of voice training, which definitely I woke up this morning and I had a little less pain in my throat, and I'm having some hot tea to help me out. And I kind of have secluded myself and not really talking during the day because I need to let my voice heal. And then, much like you go to the gym, I mean, this is my analogy for it, much like going to the gym, this is my time to, it's okay to crack, it's okay to, I'm giving myself permission to make mistakes. Okay? And I don't know if singing counts as usually when you sing it's a little different. You're projecting like in the song there. It's a lot different, than when you're talking, or at least it seems like when you're singing you're using more oomph in your diaphragm to get the voices out. Let me see if I can do another one real quick. You hear your dog howl. Um, um, When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore that land up above? Oh, that's flat. Out of the sea, wish I could be part of your world. And I can't hold a note to save my life. But anyway, so that's more projection than when you're talking with someone and I don't have anyone to talk to. Just like in real life. That's not true. But when you're talking with someone else and you're like, hello, how are you? And you're like, I'm fine, how are you? It's a lot different than that projection. And I think to try and keep our voice, we're speaking from our diaphragm, excuse me. And you can tell when you're, singing is, and there's no breath, right? When you're talking you can go, hello, which sounds like a drag queen or something, hello, how are you? Hello, but this is not really a good way to talk. Anyway, so, excuse me, I gotta learn how to do that politely. Anyway. So I feel like that kind of counts as my reading for the day. So this will be my impromptu portion of it. And it's kind of applicable too. So this is not really with voice training, But we're just going to talk about something that happened to me that I've realized in the last 2 weeks, okay? And just to give you a little bit of background on Karen, a little bit of background on me. I'm not egotistical, at least not here. My father has had a really, really hard time dealing with me, period. And who can blame him, okay? Crazy lady that I am. And so when my dad would talk to me on the phone, he would start out and he would say, "Hey, Rob, how are you?" Okay. Or, "Hey, thank you, sir," or something. He would make some sort of misgender or use my dead name or whatnot. Okay. Here is what I've started to do that seems to be very, very effective. On the phone, okay? And I don't use this voice on the phone yet. Once I feel comfortable with it and I feel like I've developed it and I'm in my home, my new home in my throat. Okay, this is my new home, wherever that is in my throat. Okay, and I feel more comfortable with it and I build up my confidence, which is part of that. Okay. Ring ring. Here's how a conversation goes now. Ring ring. Pick up the phone. My dad goes, "Hello." And I say, "Hello, this is Karen. Do you have time to chat?" And so out of the box, okay, out of the get-go, I introduce myself as Karen, okay? And if you'll think about it this way, I have extended a digital handshake or electronic handshake, okay, to my parent, and I am initiating that as to my parent. I am initiating that as, "Hello, I am Karen. And if you are going to accept my electric handshake, okay, then you are going to call me Karen." And so far, it seems to have worked pretty well. And the first few times, I will share, it threw him off, okay? I mean, he had the power, for lack of a better word. I would call and I'd say, "Hello, how are you? Are y'all doing okay?" And immediately from context, if he didn't have his cell phone with the caller ID, just said, "Bear with." I saw my friend Jasmine do this the other day, by the way. She took the coffee bag, look at that, and she wrapped it around the handle. And that will call me a liar. Anyway, I guess you could do this. No, it keeps the tea bag kind of in the water, but not. Anyway, sorry. Keeps it out of your mouth. So what was I gonna say? Okay, so before it kind of left some ambiguity, and if he had called me by my dead name, at this point I would have to correct him, and I'd have to say, "I'm sorry, please pardon me for interrupting you." And that's the other thing, interrupt them, do not let them finish, okay? Interrupt them. Say, "Excuse me for interrupting, I'm sorry, but I would greatly appreciate it if you would use my name, Karen, or whatever your name is." Okay, state your name. And again, that way, they don't have the option. I mean, they can decide, "I'm not going to talk to you as Karen, Jamie, Amber, okay, Megan." I'm just people on the top of my head that I'm friends with. They can say, "Oh, I'm not going to refer to you as that." Say, "Okay, well, I guess this conversation is over for today. I hope we can talk again next week. You have a nice day. Goodbye." Okay? Don't put up with it. Don't put up with it. I mean, this is and then granted, okay, let me rewind that. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm only sharing with you what has worked with me so far. And I'm also 46 years old. Or am I 45? Excuse the tea. I'm 45. I'm 46. I don't know. We'll say 46. We'll be safe. I'm 46 years old. I live on my own. I'm a self-sufficient woman, okay? And so I can take that risk. Again, not to be confrontational, but to say, "Pardon me for interrupting. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I would greatly appreciate it if you would refer to me as blah, 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 blah. And they have the option not to. I mean, it's not the end of the world if they don't. But like I said, in this approach of that first handshake, hello, say, hello, this is Karen. I'd like to, how are you? They have the option then of saying, oh, well, I'm not going to talk to you, and that's fine. But this way we have extended a hand. We have extended our arms in friendship. And, again, like I said, I think it's that initial handshake. And so far, so good. And it does take a little bit of getting used to. Now, I think, again, my voice, I'm looking at the little thing for my phone here. I seem to be an average of a 3, which I'm cool with. And by the way, I've seen, this is the thing on my phone. It's just a digital tuner, and it gives me a real-time visual graph, as well as it tells me up top what my sound is. And after the video here, I'll play it back. Usually the first time I play it back through the speakers so the tuner can pick it up. And that way I can monitor. But I can see here, it's kind of like a little life support monitor. You're in the right range. But then I listen to it on headphones so that it circumvents my brain. Oh yeah, you're gonna wonder about that. How does if we talk and we listen from our ears, why is that any different than when we listen back to it on a speaker, like on a phone or a recorder? When I tried to do my voice many times before, I actually bought one of those things you see college students used to take, the little tape recorders. And I actually used to use that and listen to it back. But the digital recorder is just so much more effective. So anyway, so that's that. And I'm not sure, everyone's different and your mileage may vary. But I do like that idea. Once we have transitioned, we're on, I don't know. Like I said, I'm 46 years old, and, my sister doesn't talk to me, okay? I'm dead to my sister, so there's a possibility. There's a possibility, yeah, someone might be just as stubborn. I mean, my sister's just as stubborn as I am, if not more. She's beautiful too, by the way. But yeah, so, again, I'm not going to say backfire on you, because I am having made my stand. This is who I am. And I'd very much like to have a relationship with you, but this is who I am. And taking away that power from them, it doesn't make me feel bad to say that. Okay? Whereas if I kowtowed and I got on my knees and oh, okay, I guess you don't have to call me that. No. But again, I can say that at 46 years old. I have a job, I pay the bills, etc., etc. I pay the bills, I call the shots. I grease the palms, I buy the yachts. Oh, now that's a song I haven't sang it all. One thing I can guarantee, the best things in life, they sure ain't free. It's such a thrill just to be me. This is the life. Do, 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 do. Anyway. One of the better movies. Johnny Dangerously. I want to live dangerously. Anyway. So that's really about it. Things are just progressing at least for me, at their own rate. And I've got to call it quits, because this is as much as I can do right now. It used to be 2 minutes, and then it got 3 minutes, and then we're up to 14. You know what it reminds me of somewhat? You ever played a musical instrument, like a woodwind of some kind? And I realize there's woodwinds and brass, but the same thing applies. You ever played a trumpet or a trombone? Okay, you have to maintain your lips in a certain position for a clarinet player, which is what I play or played at one time. I now squawk pretty well on a clarinet. Um, you have to maintain that armature. You have to maintain your mouth a certain way. Or if you play the flute, again, okay, you're training your muscles. And I know with the clarinet, I know clarinet, okay. Your diaphragm can only take so much of that pressure, and you just have to do it every day. So, all right, my friends. Well, I don't want to burn out my voice, so I'm going to say goodbye for today. So long for today. It is a messy and yucky day today. I have two things on my horizon. One is I need to make another batch of vegan chili, and I got the recipe just right last time. It's just hot enough to cause me a little bit of grief, but not overly hot, and it tastes really good. And it's low salt, vegetables. I mean, I start off with 2 pots of vegetables, and I cook them down, and then I combine them into 1 pot. And so I don't lose any of the nutrients, okay, from warming them up slowly. The breakdown, like your celery and your spinach and whatnot, it breaks down. You know, I maintain that liquid, and when I combine them, and so this thing is like super nutrient dense, okay, and that's how I get my protein and everything else. Ooh, and now my voice is starting to go flat. Oh. All right. Well, I guess I should sign off and wish everyone. Oh, and the second thing I'm going to do, I'm sorry. The weather I don't think is going to cooperate because it's really kind of icky. But I really want some pork buns, okay, which is probably not on my diet. But steamed pork buns. I am looking for steamed pork. Oh, it's something else. Something else I did. Excuse me a minute. Excuse me while I whip this out. Oh, Blazing Saddles. I bought myself a paranormal romance book yesterday. And there's a little bit of backstory to that. I won't go into too much detail, but after doing some self-pleasing, I realized that I wanted to read about, I wanted to imagine myself as the woman in in a romance novel, okay, not something kinky like 50 Shades of Grey or something like that. Not bondage, not S&M, but just that feeling of love and maybe a little bit of lust. So I bought this book, and I love werewolves, by the way. I love werewolves more than I do vampires. Vampires suck. No, I love werewolves. I just do. And it's a werewolf book, and there's some love and lust and whatever else. But that's what I did yesterday. So, yeah, to read a romance novel from this side of the fence is very different. Very different. And yeah, I found myself just the main character, one of the men. I'm just like, ooh, saucy, saucy. But anyway, and I talked to my dad this morning, and one more minute and I'll shut up, I promise. They're going to go to Germany, and I almost asked them to get me a dress. Because that's really what I want to do. I want a dirndl, the Bavarian, which you'd see like in Sound of Music. I really want some dirndls. And wouldn't that be kind of a hoot? I mean, it would be quite a challenge for my dad to buy me a dress. Okay, I mean, that's like, you say unmovable object, unstoppable force, and there's something there. So, all right, my friends. That's about it, and I thank you for the bandwidth and for taking an interest in me, and I thank my friends for their support. And I would encourage everyone, good luck on your journey. Be the best version of you that you want to be. Okay? Don't let other people tell you what you have to do and be. Find out for yourself. I realize I sound like a guidance counselor or whatnot, but I think it's true. But that's just my opinion. So on that note, good luck, and I will see you the next time. All right, till then, bye-bye.